tell your Mr. Caesar we are with him.
And, you know, if it fails, then
Ta-ta.
maybe you could make yourself a Caesar salad. Hello everyone, welcome back to Fallout New Vegas. I do apologise for the short hiatus. I was away for a hen weekend last weekend and had a really good time, but ended up unfortunately picking up a cold, and because of my health issues, when I get a cold nowadays it really hits me quite hard, because my immune system's suppressed, so that's fun. So I've not really been able to talk for any length of time until sort of today, so my voice still not 100% but a lot better than it was. So you join me here on the shore of Lake Mead. So as per Caesar's instructions, we have been going to make friends with the boomers. So I killed some ants, went to a museum and gave them a bunch of missiles, and that was enough for them to then ask me to come to Lake Mead to get the bomber up from the bottom of the lake. So I'm just I've realised that the easiest way is probably just to go to Boulder City and then just come straight down into the water. There are some lake lurks around which possibly are kind of aware of me. I'm gonna need a bigger gun. Excuse the accidental Jaws reference, but yeah, the lake lurks are weird guys. I think they're supposed to be mutated snapping turtles. Oh crikey, but they shouldn't really be able to get to me very easily. I don't think they've even quite figured out exactly where I am yet. There we go, that's one dead. But yeah, so they're supposed to be like mutated snapping turtles. Oh, hello. Bye. There you go. Yeah, so the snapping turtles, they've lost their shells. Which is interesting. I hear you. Where are you? There it is. Oh, come on then. Come on then. That got yeah, so snapping turtles are supposed to be what these guys are kind of evolved from, although they are basically a reskinned version of the sort of Mirelurk kings of this generation of Fallout. I will get into that. I'm going to be doing a as part of the science series, we are going to be covering the whole Mirelurks and lake lurks and the various kind of versions that have existed across the games. But yeah, these guys are supposed to be, I mean, they certainly have the kind of claws that I would expect from a turtle, the webbed hands and the neck, although they have teeth and turtles don't actually have teeth. But yeah, because I say my kind of working theory with the Mirelurks is that it's a catch-all term for various sort of crustaceans and some kind of amphibian type things as well. So I've got the rebreather from Jack, so nothing at all to worry about now that we're in the water, and Lake Mead's so clean there's still even fishes, which is nice. Although kind of sad that you can't catch the fish like you can in Skyrim. But I do like this part of the Boomer mission where you get to just kind of hang out underwater. There's all the Fallout games, there can be lots of interesting wee secrets and fun things hidden away under the water. and Fallout New Vegas it's especially nice because you can get the rebreather quite easily, which means that you have water breathing, so you're essentially can't drown, because that tends to put a dampener on things. But there's a cave, and then there's Camp Guardian, and that's a whole kind of thing that's just really there to explore, but you don't really get sent there. Oh, there's a whole skillfish. But yeah, I don't know, it seems like it's nice and peaceful under here. There's no violence, you can't be attacked while you're underwater. Even the lake lurks can't actually do anything to you when you're inside the water. So, just like a wee scuba diving holiday or something, you know. But yeah, oh, there she is, the lady in the water, or the lady of the lake, whatever it is that Loyal calls it. So this is the B-29 bomber, and I've mentioned before, I think, but this is a real thing that happened in real life as well. There was a bomber that crashed and ended up at the bottom of Lake Mead. So I'm in the ballast. And then we have to go, and you have to be standing in a very specific spot for some reason. For the detonator, and then that raises the plane up. And then, unlike the last two times we've gone through all this, we are going to ask the boomers to support the Legion. Because the thing about the boomers is that every kind of faction sends you to the boomers to get them to work with you. But the boomers themselves have absolutely no issue. They're just excited to use their plane to drop bombs. They're just like ready for a chance to drop the bombs on people and use their plane. So that's interesting. But yep, that's job done, so we'll go back and tell Loyal that his precious lady is afloat. Oh, you're the other one. There's the old guy. There he is. Hello.
It's going to be a dream come true once you've raised that bomber from Lake Mead.
In which case, I bring you
That's
good
tremendous.
news.
I'll transmit instructions to the robots to start packing up the plane to bring it back to Nellis.
Okay, happy to help.
Hey, I'd better get rolling. Jack and I have a lot of work ahead of us.
Sure. Just be ready for when we go to assault the Hoover Dam. But yeah. I think once you finish out this quest, that's enough to get you to like idolised by the boomers as well. Obviously they're extremely happy that we've achieved this for them. Yeah, they're interesting. It's something I'm looking forward to when we actually get to cover Vault 34 when I'm doing the Vault Tech series, because a lot happened in Vault 34. The boomers came from there, but then there was other things happened, and there's people that are kind of trapped down there, and you have to go and you either save the sharecropper farms for the NCR, or you save the people, and you can't do both, and it's very interesting. Right, anyway.
Hello, friend. How can Mother Pearl be of help today?
I've got you a plane.
What you have done for us is a miracle, child. You have fulfilled the only dreams we ever had outside our walls. You are a trusted friend of us all. If there is ever a way for us to help you, child, tell me, and I will make it so.
Make it so, okay. So will you help me bomb the
Of
NCR?
course, my child. After all that you have done for us, we would love to help you in the upcoming battle. After all the training in virtual reality, the young ones would relish an opportunity to put their skills to battle. We'll be there when you need us.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Bye.
Oh, yep, that's idolised and okay, speech going up, sneak up a bit, medicine's probably useful. Let's make science 55. Cool. So, yep, the Brewers, I am now their bestest friend, and they're going to help me in the upcoming battle. And for some reason, why have I got so many quest markers on my thing here? Okay, so now we need to go back to Caesar. I think, can I just fast travel to the fort? Yeah. As fun as it is to chat with Cursor
By order of Caesar.
Yeah.
Your belongings will be returned to you when you leave.
I know.
I'll wait.
I know the drill. I think we have to do a wee bit more before they decide to trust us with their guns and pointy things. Sure thing. Hello.
Have you brought news of the boomers?
I do.
Good. Make sure they help the Legion when the time comes. As for your next assignment, I want you to forge an alliance between Caesar's Legion and the White Glove Society. They used to be cannibals. I expect that information can be used to manipulate them. Go to...
Oh, God damn it!
Medicine 40. Is that the first time you've had sudden onset headaches there?
Never this bad before. Fuck this. I'm going to lie down. Come back later. Tomorrow.
Okay. So... It's oh crap. Yep. NCR know I'm working for the Legion. Which we're going to find out eventually. Either way, but whatever. So... yeah, we need to go to the White Glove Society and get them on side.
True to Caesar.
And yep, the NCR are a bit mad. Hello.
I suspect you'll be a valuable asset to the Legion. Assuming you're really on our side, of course.
What makes you think I'm not, Lopez? Tell me about the Burn Man.
Ah, yes. We are forbidden from speaking his true name. He was a shaman of some kind before he met Caesar, a holy man from out of the Utah. The Burn Man proved dangerous, unpredictable, and impossible to kill. He helped Caesar form the Legion, but almost led it to destruction.
Okay. So, yep, a wee bit of a hint there about the Burned Man that you hear people talking about. He was the first legate, but then he led the Legion to close to destruction, and you get to know him when you do Honest Hearts, but was it something you needed?
There's a gambler, Martina Grosbeck, who has a knack for learning other people's secrets and passing that information along for a price. The Omertas, who run Gomorrah, have become suspicious of Martina's frequent visits to their casino. Soon they'll pay her a visit of their own.
Okay.
Good. Martina frequents the Vault 21 gift shop on the Strip. Hurry along, and she still may be in one piece by the time you get there.
Some of the slaves have been spreading stories about the Burned Man again.
See? And then there's also another side quest that we can do.
True
so
to
we'll
Caesar.
talk to Lucius.
It is a great honor for
Lucius.
anyone outside the Legion to get an audience with Caesar.
I'm very honoured. Let's see. Can you tell me about
He's
the
the
legate?
best warrior in the Legion. A full legionary by the time he was 12. He's never lost a battle. Had the Legate been in command during the Battle of Hoover Dam, the Legion would have won. I have no doubt about that.
Doesn't quite fit with the story that Caesar told, but okay. Are you second in
No,
command?
Legate Lanius is Caesar's second. The Legate replaced the Burned Man after the Legion's defeat at the dam several years ago.
Okay. Tell me about him.
The Burned Man was Caesar's advisor and general when the Legion was originally formed. The Burned Man led us to a disastrous defeat at the dam. On Caesar's orders, the Burned Man was covered in pitch by the Praetorian Guard, lit on fire, and cast into the Grand Canyon. Caesar has forbidden us from ever speaking his true name again. And so we simply refer to him as the Burned Man.
Yeah. And one of the reasons that Caesar's so mad about him being mentioned is because he's not dead. And you'd think that being covered in pitch and set on fire, and pitch is kind of like tar, so it is quite flammable. And then thrown into the Grand Canyon, which, you know, the clue's in the name, it's pretty deep, and he's not dead, so it's all a big kind of embarrassment really to Caesar that Joshua Graham's not dead, despite everything. But yeah, I've noticed that you don't carry a gun.
It's a tradition in the Praetorians to specialize in unarmed combat, because weapons can break or jam when needed most. However, our unarmed techniques favor offense over defense. We can charge the enemy and flatten him with our first strike before he can react.
Okay. So yeah, if you had a decent unarmed skill, you could actually learn that. Is there anything that you need?
We recently obtained an artillery weapon, but we don't have the part or the skill to fix it.
Okay, where did you get it?
The trader Dale Barton salvaged it from a military base in Arizona. Yuma, I believe.
Okay, I'll see what I can do.
The tribe calling themselves the Boomers is obsessed with such weapons, I've been told. You could probably find a spare firing mechanism there.
Yeah, so that's one thing that we can do as well. That gives the Legion a wee bit more of a benefit in the coming battle as well. So yeah, there's a few things that we need to do now. So yeah, this was a real vault. Hello.
Hi, I'm Sarah Weintraub. Welcome to the finest vault hotel in the whole world.
Hello, nice to meet you. Was it like this before the war?
No, silly. Of course it wasn't always a hotel. I grew up in it. I love it. My favorite place in the world. Not that I know much of the world. I never left this place, come to think of it. But it is the most special vault ever.
So what's so special about it?
My vault is pure New Vegas. Everyone has a chance, and Lady Luck smiles if you play your odds right. Okay, it was like that before we had to leave. Vault 21 had very smart ways to help people get along. All arguments and fights got solved through gambling. I'll give you a quick tour of my home. Oh yeah, if you like.
Later, I think.
Okay, see you soon.
Yeah, so Vault 21, which obviously a very fitting name for the vault that was directly under Las Vegas. And the experiment was that basically all kind of disagreements, all major decisions and things would be resolved through gambling, through, you know, just gain us a chance. And then what happened was that when Mr. House woke up, he basically gambled with the people of Vault 21 for the vault and won, but eventually Sarah was able to convince him to let them keep part of the vault and run it as a hotel and casino, and then House basically had the rest of it kind of filled in with concrete. So the kind of top levels are still here, and they've obviously still got space for gambling, so there's like blackjack tables and things. So kind of an interesting one, and one of the more successful vaults actually, and that's why Doc Mitchell gives you a Vault 21 jumpsuit. So depending on your character's gender, it's either his vault suit or his wife's vault suit that you get, and you can see that there's pool tables and there's blackjack tables and things. You can't actually gamble in this one, I don't think, but it's obviously set up to be like that. So yeah, there's people just walking into people's like hotel rooms. But you know, at least the vault still has like functioning toilets and things. And Sarah, who owns the place, she'll reward you for bringing her vault jumpsuits. And eventually, if you collect enough of them, you can sleep with her. Oh, here we go.
This ain't your business. Walk off and forget you saw anything.
I am making it my business. Do you really want to mess with the Legion?
Shit. Look, we're just following orders. We need to take this up with the boss.
Bosses don't like no trouble in their place.
Well, maybe get the fuck out of here then. Bye. Hello, are you okay?
Thank you. They were going to kill me. I'll be fine. Eventually. I may have overheard some things at Gamora that I passed on to the NCR. That's all. Honest. What? I only talked to Captain Curtis over at McCarran. I would never work with slavers. Honest.
Okay.
No. Well, not really. I mean, I'm not listening through doors or sneaking around or anything. People talk out loud, and I just pay attention. The NCR likes to keep tabs on the activities of the families, and they pay me good caps to hang around the casinos and keep my ears open.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
Goodbye.
So, yeah, I might have put her foot in it very slightly there, because she's like, oh, I only talked to Captain Curtis over at McCarran. So she thinks she's working for the NCR, but she's working for the Legion.
Beg your pardon, but could I trouble you to turn over your weapons?
Sure.
My deepest apologies for the slightest inconvenience. You have my assurance that everything will be returned upon your departure.
Okay.
But we simply can't have anyone waving their weapons around in the hotel. It's not the atmosphere we wish to cultivate.
Mate,
please.
It's standard
Enjoy your
procedure in
stay.
all the casinos. You really don't need to give me a whole
Farewell.
explanation. Like, I know you're trying to be all fancy and posh and stuff. But
I'm glad those damn bots are gone for good.
yeah. So basically these guys are trying to really sell you on them being all fancy and refined and all the rest of it. But as Caesar mentioned, they were once upon a time cannibals. So, hello Marjorie.
How do you do? Welcome to the Ultralux. I do hope it exceeds your every expectation.
Sure. Kaisar wishes to extend your society and offer of alliance.
Tell your ruler we have no interest in such ties. Caesar's Legion is a collection of unclean barbarians.
Okay.
Anytime the White Glove Society is mentioned in the same breath, it sullies our good name. As much as Mortimer and some of the other members have tried to convince me otherwise, I will not have us seen as savages.
Okay.
Ta-ta.
Ta-ta. Yeah, so she's not having it. So we're gonna go and talk to the other person in charge.
Good day.
Mortimer. Hello.
How may I be of service, madam?
Caesar wishes to extend your society in an offer of alliance.
Looking to elevate his social status, is he? I'll admit, I could see benefits to living under his rule. Certain transgressions he'd be willing to overlook. But that's neither here nor there, I'm afraid. Marjorie won't have it, as long as she fails to see the wisdom of my perspective.
Okay. What can we do about that?
No, not from the likes of you, I'm afraid. I don't think you'd have the stomach for it. Better look elsewhere.
I've heard that you
Ah, yes.
people.
I've heard that one too. Jealous people say such nasty things. I feel sorry for them.
I could lie. I know what it's like.
Good. And you know what it is to be discreet in matters of nutrition.
Sure.
Perhaps you can help me. I'm in a bind. I've been planning an exquisite society dinner, but there's a bit of a problem with the main course.
Okay.
He's got a powerful and temperamental father.
Okay.
Yes, the wrong person. We scouted the right one for weeks. The heir to a mercantile empire. Sort of a black sheep. He cut ties with his family and left their estate to wander. He was ideal, corn-fed and well-to-do, but no one to miss him if he were to disappear. Unfortunately, the trap my subordinates set for him failed, and as he escaped, he saw their faces. Now he's wary.
Okay.
I asked for a last-minute replacement, and they stole the son of the most dangerous Brahmin baron in New Vegas while he stayed at this very hotel. Needless to say, this could be a disaster if things aren't put back the way they should be. And I still need somebody reputable to serve for dinner. Strictly speaking, we're no longer allowed to eat people. But I'm hoping the right person and preparation might sway Marjorie to see things my way.
Okay. What do you want me to do?
I need a replacement. And I need the boy taken care of. The replacement must be healthy and well-bred. One can't very well make steak from gristle. With so little time, we'll have to go after our original choice, Carlisle St. Clair. He lives in a shack north of here. For freshness, we need him alive. If you could send him here or knock him out with this and drag him into the dumpster next to his house, we can do the rest.
Okay.
Ted Gunderson is his name. It would be simplest if we could convince him this was all an unfortunate misunderstanding. But if he won't listen, we can't very well let him go. He'll have to be slaughtered and served. Then we wouldn't need the replacement. But you would need to deal with his father, Heck. Perhaps if you could smear some of Ted's blood around his father's hotel room, you could frame him.
Okay.
Splendid, splendid. The elder Gunderson is staying in our penthouse, and our Mr. St. Clair resides to the north.
Okay.
Indeed.
So now we start beyond the beef. And as Mortimer said, there's about 40 million different ways that you can approach this. And if there was any questions as to whether siding with the Legion is the moral course of action or not, I think that kind of confirms it, the fact that we're basically going to get these guys back to eating people routinely. So, you know, it's definitely questionable, especially because they want to be all fancy pants about it. So you can't just eat any random wastelander. It has to be somebody that's been well fed and well cared for. You know, can't just eat any trash out of Freeside. That would be ridiculous, obviously. I get it.
Hello.
So yeah, Heck Gunderson is the man in the cowboy hat there. So it's his son that's been kidnapped, which is a problem because he's a Brahmin baron, which means that A, he's worth a lot of money, and B, he holds a lot of sway in the NCR and everything. So we need to
I'd wager that the Army's sending elite units our way, right as we speak.
This is apparently the best way to cook down an entire side of beef at once. It's efficient, I suppose. We might get stalked by somebody.
You, what do you think you're doing?
I'm doing what your boss said.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was none too pleased when he discovered who he took. The boy is in the freezer, back through the kitchen.
Right. Ted.
My daddy's gonna kill all you bastards once he finds out what you done to me.
It's alright, I've come here to get
My
you.
daddy sent you? God damn it. I almost died in here. What the hell took you so long? It's just one damn
Quite a
hotel.
big hotel.
Who did this to me anyway? They hit me over the head before I got a look at them.
So, yeah, do this. Don't tell him the truth. So your dad's powerful. Somebody wants him to fight with the White Glove Society.
My daddy's got a lot of enemies. It don't make no sense that the White Pants Society would kidnap me. He's here to do business with them. Well, you got a point. But if you don't know who it is, my daddy's gonna be awful mad he ain't got anyone to shoot over this. All right, let's get out of here.
So, yeah, I mean, Ted, to be fair, is not the sharpest crayon in the box. So but Ted will just follow us.
I've heard the Legion's planning to unleash their best men against us.
So this is a very fancy restaurant. Right, same floor. This way. Hello.
Oh my God, Ted!
I found.
Are you all right?
Quit your hollering. I'm fine.
You got me my boy back. I got no words. Now, I hope you didn't do no harm to whoever's responsible for this. I want to skin their hides myself.
Don't know who it was.
Confound it. I just don't know how I'm supposed to sleep knowing whoever done this got away. All right. Well, I promised you I'd make it worth your while.
You kind of didn't,
So
but
here
I'm
you
not
are.
going to complain about
Try
you giving
not
me
to
money.
lose it all at the same casino.
I'm not much of a gambler, to be honest, but thanks for the money. Right. So now... Oh, did he give me a cattle prod as well? That's interesting. Makes sense, I suppose. He is a Brahmin Baron, but... yeah. Give me a cattle prod. Lovely. Right, now we need to go out and find Carlisle St. Clair or find another suitable replacement. Because one fun thing, and if you really want to get rid of any of your companions, then that's an option. That you can leave one of your companions in the freezer to be eaten.
Hey.
Hey there, friend. A bit of advice. You look like you could use some protection.
Oh.
Lucky for you, I got what you need. My stock in trade, or...
Okay.
You aren't exactly good for business.
Yeah, there's really nothing I need, but yeah, he basically he only speaks to you, I think, once your sneak skill's high enough that you can get away with some holdout weapons. Let's see. Let's go to the Rat Ranch. That should be safe. I already killed the angry cow. Yeah, there it is. So one annoying thing is that, you know, if the game doesn't remember... Oh, it inflicts fatigue. That's interesting. Cowboy repair. That, you know, when you go into a casino and they take all your weapons and stuff, that the game doesn't remember what you had equipped, or like your hotkeys or anything. That's really annoying. Some very low resolution rebar. Don't know. Hello.
Keep your distance. Who are you and what do you want?
There's an option. So yeah, you've got a few options. Including suggesting that you're gonna have sex with him in the dumpster, which, you know, this is his house. I'm assuming that he would have a bed, which would be marginally better for that. But whatever. Or you can just be like, you can pistol whip him. Just here to talk.
Yeah, what about?
You don't seem like you fit in here.
That obvious, huh? Yeah, I'm not from around here. But where I'm from, they don't want me, so that's just as well. Really, with my reputation, there aren't many places I can go that'll have me. My own family's blackballed me, and they got a lot of clout.
Okay. So joining the White Glove Society could clear your name. They're respected.
I've heard of them.
Yep.
Ultralux, right? Yeah, that'd be a step in the right direction. They'd never have me, though.
Talk to a man named Mortimer. He's looking for some big name new members.
Yeah? Okay, maybe I will. Hell, anything's better than this. Thanks.
So, yep, it fades black and it runs off, and I don't have to pretend that I'm going to have sex in a dumpster. Because that's just weird. Like, it's just so weird. But yeah, I mean, that's an option, I think, as a female courier with Black Widow. You can seduce him, you can knock him out, or you can use speech and just tell him, go see Mortimer and tell him I sent you. Okay.
I'm glad those damn bots are gone for good.
Any word as to our arrangement?
He's on his way.
Of his own volition? My goodness, you are very professional, aren't you? Well, he's sure to be a hit at our next banquet. You have done very well in keeping this business low-key. I appreciate your discretion. I'll be sure to drop your name during our functions. I hope you understand what a tremendous boon this will be to your standing in society.
So, how did it go?
We'll know after tonight's banquet at 7 o'clock. I'll only be telling everyone what they've eaten after they've eaten it. That way, they will all have crossed the same silly taboo. They'll have to reconsider it. Even Marjorie. It's all image with her anyway. She just needs to realize the only difference between savage and sophisticated is the proper seasoning.
Okay.
Indeed.
So, I guess I'd have to wait. What time is it now? 3 PM. Okay. Right, well in that case, what we might do while we're waiting for them to have dinner is we'll go and get the howitzer firing mechanism from Boomers. Oh, there she is.
Hello, friend.
Oh.
How can Mother Pearl be of help today?
I need to get a howitzer firing mechanism.
You may find one in the workshop. You're a friend to the tribe, so I trust it will not find its way into the wrong hands.
Okay.
Later.
Yep. Okay. So, workshop. What is the workshop? That one of these buildings. Yeah. Ah, workshop, okay. Fixing things. Yeah. Yeah, so this will be where obviously they fix and work on stuff. So yeah, you can actually just come in here and steal it, I believe, but... And some missiles that you could give to them, as well as combat armor. Sure. Might as well. Might as well. Right, what time are we on now? 5:16 PM. Okay. Well, we might as well go back to the fort and deal with that.
By order of Caesar.
Yeah.
Awe. True to Caesar.
Everybody's just like, you must give me all your weapons. Like... Right, done that, so I'll go and speak to Lopez and Lucas.
Some of this.
Lucius. Lucius. However you want to pronounce it. Hi.
Was there more for us to discuss? I know the captain well. If you wish to be of service, go talk to him. Bear in mind that you are now responsible for guarding the secret of his true allegiance. If the NCR finds out, we'll know how that happened.
Okay.
Excellent. Had you simply killed them, the Omertas would have sent another group after Martina eventually. You've saved me the trouble of coming up with a more permanent solution. And Martina is free to go about her business as usual. Well done.
Okay. That's done. And he's said to go and speak to Curtis at McCarran. Tell me about the legate.
To call Aeneas ferocious would be an understatement. In battle, he seizes the enemy in his jaws and will not let go. He thinks nothing of suffering losses, so long as the enemy suffers more. Though unsubtle, he is not dim. He detects traps and sets his own. Be glad you will not have to face his judgment. If you are true to Caesar. Wale.
Yeah, so he's still like, not 100% sure about you. Lucas.
Yes. Do you have something to report?
I fixed your house.
Well done. It will be very useful in the coming battle against the snipers the NCR will no doubt have hidden in the hills near the dam.
Okay. Right.
Wale.
Yes.
What is it?
Hi. Let me close the door. Hello.
Nice to meet you. I'm Curtis.
I know who you are.
Christ, keep it down. You want to blow the whole thing? We've worked years for this.
Yeah.
But maybe it's good for you here. Shu knows about the leaks, and I'm supposed to find the spy for him. At first, I couldn't believe my luck, but since I haven't produced results, for obvious reasons, I feel him looking at me differently now. Maybe he's just thinking about putting someone else in charge. Maybe he's starting to suspect. Either way, it's bad for me. Especially once this next part goes down.
Okay.
If you haven't noticed, the NCR bolsters its presence on the strip from here. Sends troopers on the monorail in shifts. The monorail lets them occupy 2 positions for the price of 1. It's a supply line that's immune to raiders and other hindrances on the ground. If someone were to cut that line, both positions would be much weaker, fragile. They know this, and they watch it like hawks. But I've been here a long time, and I've learned everything there is to know about it, and I'm going to blow up that train.
Okay. So what do you need me to do?
I told you. I think they're starting to suspect me. You're going to help me cast away those suspicions. You're going to put the bomb on that train. I'll be sure to be in the presence of several reliable eyewitnesses when it happens. Then, we're going to pin this on a scapegoat. I plan on disappearing after this operation. It'd be a matter of time before they trace it to me. figured out I was a frumentarius. But with your help, maybe I can stay on after all. Make plans for something grander.
Okay. Yeah.
No. I wouldn't do that. Not unless I didn't have better options anyway. And I do.
Okay, tell me
I have
about
the
it.
explosive stash in a trash can, next to the ticketing counter, along with some incriminating documents. You'll pick them up and make your way upstairs to the monorail terminal. They change the guard there at 0900 and 1800 hours. There'll be a small window where there's no one guarding the train.
Okay.
Put the bomb in one of the vents inside the train on the back wall, towards the joint that connects the cars. Arm it, and get out of there. I've also left some bomb ingredients in with the explosives. You're to take those to the footlocker of Private Crenshaw. Crenshaw's a problem child. Lots of run-ins with his superiors. It'll be easy for them to believe he's working for the Legion.
Okay, is that...
Report him to Colonel Shu. Do all that and we should be free and clear. Oh, and Crenshaw should be dead before you report him. Don't leave any chance for him to deny the bombings. Let's say he pulled a gun on you. I've got him on guard duty patrolling the tarmac just inside the south gate, and I reassigned the other guard, so he should be alone. His footlocker's in the barracks in the main concourse.
Okay.
Good. Try to plant the explosives quietly. But first things first. Go offer your services to Colonel Shu. He's running out of options. He'll accept as long as you don't give him a reason not to. If he doesn't, then don't be surprised if you're the new scapegoat.
Okay.
Later.
So, that was quite a lot. I'd forgotten the details of this quest, so let's get a save. Okay, so we need to go and speak to Colonel Shu, who lives over here somewhere if memory serves. Hello.
I'm usually good with faces, but I don't think I've seen you here before.
I haven't been here
What brings
before.
you to Camp McCarran?
I am here to help.
You don't cook by any chance, do you? Farber's doing his best, but it's hard to manage an army with half my staff in line for the latrine. Honestly, we're fighting a lot of fires right now. The fiends keep pressing their position from Vault 3. We've got the Legion breathing down our necks across the river. We actually took an officer alive last week, but so far he hasn't spoken a word.
Okay, anything else?
Yeah. On top of everything else, I can't send a patrol on a bathroom break without it being ambushed by someone who heard they were coming. So somebody's getting the word out.
Okay, I could look into that.
Well, why not? Given your recent arrival, at least I can safely rule you out as the leak. I'd like to have absolute trust in my men, but that's just not practical right now. Go ahead and look into it. See what you find. We don't have much to go on right now. Lately, every raiding party in New Vegas seems to have a map of our troop movements. It derails everything. Supplies, reinforcements. And it'll only get worse the longer we let it go on. Captain Curtis is heading up the investigation right now. He can fill you in.
Okay.
Bye.
Okay.
Sorry, no civilians on the monorail. Any closer and I am authorized to use deadly force.
Okay. Not allowed. So if we do 8 hours.
The train is about to depart. Please keep clear of the doors and restrain.
Okay. So I have to put the Rat's cleaner, the conductor, fission battery, monorail sabotage plans, and wonder glue. Okay, done that bit. Right, now we need to go and speak to him.
Hey, can't you see I'm busy here? Nah, I'm just kidding. This has to be the most worthless patrol duty on the whole base. They never attack this gate. They just put me back here because they don't think I can handle anything else. No kidding. Man,
What'd you think? Was that a funny prank? Was that a funny prank? Okay, job done. So now go and speak to Shu and say, yep, it was Crenshaw. He did it. Also, he's dead because well.
Something I can do for you?
Yeah.
Yes? What is it?
I know who bombed the monorail.
What? Who?
Private Crenshaw is dead.
Crenshaw. I've met Crenshaw at his disciplinary hearing. Still, this is hard to imagine. He was just a prankster.
Yeah. Yeah.
If only we'd caught this sooner, before he got to the monorail. Still, this investigation has been valuable to us, and you deserve to be compensated for it. The NCR appreciates the work you've done. Will there be anything else?
I have to go now.
Bye.
So, yeah. Yeah, feels bad that we just killed that guy, but yeah, this is why I haven't ever really done a Legion playthrough, because I feel quite guilty about a lot of things.
What is it? Well?
It's done.
Perfect. This has turned out better than I'd ever imagined. This will pay dividends for the Legion for a long time to come. I was with Shu when the bomb went off. He'll never think to investigate me for it. I'll make sure Caesar himself hears about your success today. And take this, courtesy of the NCR. I'm sure they won't miss it.
Okay, thank
Later.
you. Bye. I don't think he actually gave me anything. Oh well. Either way, that should be more than enough time for the White Glove Society to have had their banquet. Mortimer, my friend, how was dinner?
Ah, you're back. You're always a welcome guest here.
How was dinner?
I certainly did. Philippe created an extraordinary amuse-bouche from the flesh of the late Mr. St. Clair. Everyone at the banquet loved it. I told them what it was, and the room was quiet for a moment, but then we all had a hearty laugh.
Okay.
I should think so, but it would be up to Marjorie. I have, however, told her how instrumental you were in revolutionizing our cuisine, and she knows what we stand to gain from a ruler who supports it. Have a word with her, see what she says. I dare say she'll be more receptive with these new developments.
Okay.
Indeed.
So yeah, now that we've got them back to eating people, we might be able to convince Marjorie to work with Caesar, because the whole thing is that if they ally with like the NCR, then they wouldn't be allowed to continue to be cannibals, however discreetly. Whereas Caesar, the whole thing about Caesar is that he doesn't really care either way.
How do you do?
Hi.
Welcome to the Ultralux. I do hope it exceeds your every expectation.
How is your food now?
Why, it's splendid. Simply to die for. Mortimer told me about you, you know. What a pair of mischief makers you two are.
Mischief.
But the new entrees are fresh and bold, and I have the two of you to thank for it.
Mischief is this on the same level as the mischief that we just pulled with Private Crenshaw when we pulled the pin of his grenade. So mischievous. So
I don't care for their incivility or the hodgepodge of sporting equipment that passes for fashion with them. Nevertheless, I have heard Caesar has a stately dignity about him.
you would like him.
And I understand his policies will agree with our new menu.
Yeah.
I prefer Mr. House, of course, but he may not be around forever.
He's already gone.
And the NCR will surely set back our cuisine.
True.
Tell your Mr. Caesar we are with him.
And, you know, if it fails, then
Ta-ta.
maybe you could make yourself a Caesar salad. Anyway, yeah. I can't believe I just made that joke.
Did you know the strip's all stirred up lately?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, the posh people are eating people. The Mertas probably are mad at me for getting in their way. And yay, I've got my cattle prod back. Fantastic. Also, the monorail may have slightly exploded. I have no idea how that happened. The top motor. So yeah, that's a few little side quests done. We don't care about side bits. Although apparently I can tell Yes Man about everything. But let's do. Guess that's going to be the same spot near Cottonwood Cove, isn't it? Yeah. This is quite a nice thing. Again, I don't tend to side with the Legion because morally I have an issue. I feel like morally anybody would, and I do tend to, when I'm playing games for myself, I do tend to be more on the kind of morally good side. Although I do have a somewhat dark sense of humour, which you may have picked up on during that whole cannibalism business, but you know, it's just, yeah. It's concept of things like slavery and all that kind of stuff that I just can't really. And the sexism as well, which, you know, that's just. You think we'd be past that at this point in time? Bloody hell, they find a lot of doctors' bags. They really do. Every time I collect this, there's like 8 to 10 doctor's bags in it. It's wild. Anyway, we should probably tie things off by going. No, not Hoover Dam. Just fast travel there is kind of the same thing. But yeah, just, you know, the Legion, and you know, Caesar's a very intelligent man, and he's very you know, he definitely has an ability to inspire loyalty and fear in people, which is respectable, but when what he believes isn't good for everybody, you know, it's still, and it's this fact that he believes that basically the world will do better under his rule, but they just have to shut up and accept it. Yeah.
Our way. True to Kaiser.
Like. But anyway, hello.
The last time we met, I believe we were talking about the White Glove Society.
We were. Yeah, I'm gonna mention this. Your headaches might be a symptom of something serious.
I appreciate your concern, but I'm in excellent health.
Okay.
And we have other matters to discuss.
Just want to
Have
make
you
sure
been
you're
successful
okay.
in your efforts to recruit the White Glove Society?
I have.
Good. It will be valuable to have allies on the Strip when Hoover Dam is taken. Now, as for your next assignment, I want you to destroy the Mojave chapter of the Brotherhood of Steel. It's not a full-strength chapter, mind you. The profligates...
Are you okay?
Huh? Yeah. 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 The Brotherhood. Them.
Okay. That was an absence seizure.
I don't know. There have been a couple.
Really concerned about a neurological condition there, Caesar.
Don't. But just leave it alone. I'm fine.
Okay. You're not, though.
No, what was I saying? Right.
Destroy the Brotherhood.
Look for the Brotherhood's bunker around, Hidden Valley. My scouts saw some things.
Okay.
I'm going to bed. We'll talk later.
Yep, go have a rest. So, we need to go destroy the Brotherhoods again. Which I'm kind of okay with, really. Well, we knew that was going to happen.
Some of the slaves have been spreading stories about the Burned Man again.
Okay, whatever. Yeah, so now I'm a merciful thug, but the NCR are going to shoot me on sight. You know, that's fine. I am more than happy to shoot the NCR on sight as well. So yeah, next up we've got to go to Hidden Valley and destroy the Brotherhood of Steel. So just like we did before when we did Mr. House, you've got the option of stealing the key cards and setting off the self-destruct, or having enough science skill to do it anyway, which yeah, I'm not near, because you need to have like 100, unless I go and do some off-screen leveling, which I'm only level 11, probably could do. Clear out some profligates or something.
True to Kaiser.
But yeah, so it's sort of an interesting juncture, and this is the thing, that you don't see any of this unless you actually do work for Caesar to this point, that you kind of get the sort of indications that something's going on with him, and if you've got a high medicine skill you can kind of pick up things like where he's getting these like headaches that come on suddenly, and then what's called an absence seizure, and that's something that you know, seizures aren't always just the typical, you know, thrashing and trembling and falling to the ground and things. There's lots of different kinds of seizures, and the absence seizure is where somebody basically just zones out, so it's like their brain's just kind of switched off for a period of time, and then they come back and they don't really realise what's happened. You know, that and the kind of headaches and things, and he doesn't really want to talk to us about it because he still doesn't quite fully trust us yet, but he, I'm going to say, if you've played the Legion ending, or if you've watched anybody else play it, you'll know that it basically Caesar has a brain tumour, and it's now starting to have kind of a significant impact on him. So Eventually, when he trusts us more, he'll ask us to help get him treated, which you can do by having enough medicine skill yourself to do surgery, or getting Arcade Gannon to do it, which Arcade doesn't really like. But it's also, funnily enough, a way that you can kill Caesar and then keep working for the Legion anyway. If you've got enough of a speech skill, then you can do the surgery, kill him during the surgery, and then say, look, he knew there was a risk. Surgery always comes with a risk. Sometimes people don't survive surgery, not my fault. And Lucius just accepts it, and then you can just carry on. Even if you intentionally kill Caesar, because you can just use the, well, look, surgery and medical procedures and treatments come with a risk, and that's something that Caesar knew. I mean, Caesar must know that because he was part of the followers of the apocalypse, and a lot of them are medically trained, so and it is something that's well known in the real world as well. I mean, no medicine, no surgery, no medical procedure is risk-free. There's always some kind of a risk. There's very, very few medical procedures and treatments that are 100% safe no matter what. So it's an option, and I think it's quite interesting that you can basically do that. You can do that with the NCR as well, is that you can fail to prevent the president from getting assassinated and then just say, look, I'm sorry, I fucked up, and they'll keep working with you anyway. Yeah, so it's quite interesting that you can do that. You know, I mean, that's the thing that's so beloved about this game, is that it gives you all the options, and the fact that all the options literally includes that you can kill Caesar and continue to finish the game in Caesar's Legion's favour. And basically what happens is that Legate Linnaeus takes over the Legion, which, depending on your viewpoint, I suppose is a good thing and a bad thing. Definitely feel like it's a guy that I wouldn't want to be in charge of anything personally. But, you know, it's interesting. So that's we're starting to see these hints and things, and it's something that you only really learn about if you stick with the NCR, with the Legion to this point. And once you've got to this point, the NCR aren't going to trust us again. That's why I thought, well, if we're going to do Legion playthrough, we might as well do what we can in terms of side quests, because there really isn't a lot of Legion side quests compared to the amount of side quests you've got for the NCR and everything else. Just because they just didn't have time, I think, to implement all the Legion content that they would have wanted to do. So it's interesting to kind of see that, and so we fixed the howitzer, which is a kind of big artillery gun for them. We've got the boomers on side, we've got the white gloves on side. We need to get rid of the Brotherhood, because again, the Brotherhood probably aren't going to tolerate Caesar's Legion. There's not going to, you know, there's no room for compromise or anything like that, because the Brotherhood, given the way they are, the way they treat outsiders, and the way they kind of collect and hoard technology and refuse to allow anybody else to have access to potentially useful technology and all the rest of it, so the Brotherhood aren't really generally well liked or trusted. So it's not surprising that you know, House isn't willing to come to any compromise with the Brotherhood. Caesar's not willing to come to any compromise with the Brotherhood. The NCR will very reluctantly, but you really have to fight them on it, you know, to get them to be willing to discuss it. You need to convince Colonel Moore, you need to convince her, you need to convince Elder McNamara as well, and if you met the Brotherhood first and you decided to get rid of it, Elder McNamara in favour of Hardin being the Elder, then he's not going to ally with the NCR under any circumstances, so you've no choice but to destroy them. So it's not a good situation for the Brotherhood to be in, and the Mojave, and that's part of the problem, is that their previous Elder really kind of left them in this shitty situation, you know, he's the one that brought them here and took Helios 1 and then insisted on fighting the NCR for control of Helios 1, and that's why the NCR hold that position now. But then he's you know, he's buggered off. He went to the big mountain and then he ended up at the Sierra Madre and everything there. So it's you know, it really has left the Brotherhood in a pretty tough situation, but by isolating themselves completely and things, they've not really done themselves any favours with it. But that's going to be a job for next time, because there's a lot to do with getting to the Brotherhood safely and things. I did see that I got a key. Miscellaneous. We'll still get Benny's later. Hidden Valley bunker key. Fair enough. Penthouse. So yeah, I've got a bunch of keys. And generic key. Two Benny's sweet keys, so that's nice. Anyway, yeah, so I think that's more than enough for now. I do appreciate the patience, you know, with the kind of hiatus where I've been unwell. I've not been able to record anything or get anything uploaded for a week, but we're now getting back into things, and I'm starting to feel a lot better, so there is plenty more to come. Hopefully you find this interesting. I'm enjoying the kind of getting to know Caesar and everything, because there's some bits and pieces that I knew about, but I've never really kind of gone down this path in Fallout New Vegas, at least not for many years. So it is good to really take a look at it and dig into the Legion content and dig into what's going on, because again, everybody talks about the Legion just as these crazy guys that are wearing, you know, sports outfits and running at people with a machete and things, but there's a lot more to it than that, and they've infiltrated the NCR, and they've got spies in place that have been there for years, you know, so there's a lot more to the Legion than
Some of the slaves have been
just
spreading
that.
stories
But
about the burned manor.
yeah, interesting, and obviously the NCR hates us now, which is what was going to happen in this universe, but hopefully you'll join me next time while we take down the Brotherhood of Steel again and see what's going on with Caesar, if he's willing to talk to us a bit more about his health issues that he seems to be having, and we'll take it from there. If you're interested more, I say my Science of Fallout series is there. I'm hoping that at some point this week I'll be able to pick that up again. I've got the giant mantises. I think would be an interesting one to cover, especially since we seem to be talking a bit about cannibalism this week, so it seems only fitting that we get the mantises in there, since that's one of their kind of most defining traits, and one of the most well-known facts about mantises is that they are cannibals, particularly during mating, so that might be a good tie-in for this week, that we talk about the mantises and things. So I'm hopefully going to get that uploaded some point this week, and get back onto my sort of regular upload schedule, hopefully very soon. But if there's anything if you're looking for anything else of interest, my blog has been updated a bit as well. Again, that's something that's kind of fallen by the wayside while I've been unwell, but I have updated the blog talking about the story of New Vegas, and I've also written a post, sort of a general review of the TV show on Prime, as well as addressing some of the chat about the retcons and the accusations that Bethesda have basically thrown out the entirety of this game and none of it fits and New Vegas didn't happen, and So presented my kind of thoughts and opinions on that and why I don't think that's true at all, and I think it's absolutely compatible with the events of New Vegas, and they haven't even chosen an ending to New Vegas that's the canon ending out of the 4, and I don't think they will, because that would potentially discount, given that every single person that's played this game has had a different experience their first time through, potentially. Everybody that's played it will have had a different experience, and I don't think they really want to kind of stomp all over that, but I think what people are forgetting is, for starters, this game takes place in 2281, the TV show takes place in 2296. That's 15 years. That's a long time. So there's certainly plenty of things that could have happened and changed in the interim between the ending of this game and the TV show taking place. So, but I've kind of written a bunch of stuff about the retcons and the accusations that have been thrown about, and what I think the way to interpret things are, because people have been getting awfully hung up on a couple of numbers on a chalkboard, which I think we need to kind of just have a wee bit more critical thinking skills and just remember some of the detail that you do learn in this game, which I've covered a lot in this series already, talking about politically what's going on with the NCR, and the fact that, Shady Sands wasn't just this perfect utopia where everything was great, everybody was happy and there was no problems at all. Talking about Heck Gunderson, one of the Brahmin barons, and how much power these Brahmin barons hold. That there's bribery and there's political corruption and there's all sorts of things going on back home for the NCR, which would fit with somebody maybe pinpointing that when they held the dam as being the beginning of the end for NCR and the beginning of the end for Shady Sands. But I say I've written a bunch about it, so if it's something that you'd be interested in reading, it's on the website. Link is in my link tree, and I'll link the article in the description as well. So that's something if you want to have a wee read at some of my writing. I tend to explain my thoughts a bit better in writing sometimes, so hopefully you'll find that interesting. And I say I'm always interested to hear other viewpoints on these things as well, and get into sort of discussions, as long as the discussions are kept respectful, and we kind of treat each other with kindness, then happy to discuss. I'm also happy to hear viewpoints that, it doesn't mean that you have to agree with me on it. If you have a different perspective, then by all means I'd love to hear it, because I think that's the thing, and I think that's the point. A lot of these things is that in the TV show they're not going to give you every single detail right away, because that takes the fun out of it, it takes the mystery out of it, and it means that there's less room for interpretation if they're going to give you every single fact, and too much telling and not showing doesn't make for good entertainment, really. So to my mind, they do want you to speculate a bit and think about things and think, okay, well, maybe this happened or maybe that happened, or what if this is what happened, kind of thing. So anyway, I'd love to hear your thoughts, and hopefully you'll come back and join me next week when we go and take down the Brotherhood again, and then we'll move on with Caesar's Legion as we go forward. So thanks for listening, thanks for watching, I hope you have a good day, and I'll catch you all soon. Bye.